Okay, women and cold plunging. I've been wanting to speak up about this. My girls, I'm curious if you're like a health and fitness kind of person, have you come across content in the last year or so saying that women shouldn't cold plunge as cold as men? I guarantee you have, because there's at least one very prominent voice, and it's like no shade on her, but she's been on all the big podcasts saying this. And I'm like, dude, I have so many questions. Like, first of all, like, I'm not a researcher. I'm not a research scientist, but I feel like it is common sense to be able to see that studies are simply showing what happened in that study. They are interesting food for thought, not the handbook of laws for humanity of like, just because a few women didn't respond as well to cold plunging as men in a handful of studies, that doesn't make any sense for the now to be like, yep, that's how it is. Women shouldn't cold plunge as cold as men. Because here's the thing, my questions that come in my brain are like, who were these women? How experienced were they with cold plunging? How experienced were these men with temperature extremes? Because like, I'll tell you right now, like, let's take a woman who isn't that experienced with weightlifting and let's have her come train with me today. Let's put her through the same workout that I'm doing after a decade of consistent weight training. Guess who's probably not going to recover very well from that type of workout? Her. So it bothers me, especially because I know what do we call them? Cold plunging practitioners, like this is their line of work. And I hear them say, no, women tend to do a lot better. So like something's not making sense. And from my own personal experience, I have definitely been cold plunging with men where I, who have a lot of cold plunging experience, am like completely fine in my zen zone. I'm like, yeah. And they're like freaking out and can't stay in there very long, which is totally understandable because they're not as accustomed to it as me. So like, where's that conversation? We're just saying like, because of your sex, like you can't cold plunge as cold. It reminds me of when they thought women couldn't run marathons. That wasn't very long ago. That was like when my mom was a runner. That was the belief. That women couldn't run marathons. It's like that same kind of, because of your sex, you can't do these things. It's like you have a human body that's adaptable. I don't know. I just really challenge this. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts and what you've come across, ladies, and yeah, anybody, health practitioners. I'm just curious what your thoughts are on this because it's just been bugging me and I want to get that off my chest.